Star date 71235.7. Is this a cap? I'm not the captain. I can't do a captain's log. Can't do a captain's log? There's no captain's log. This fucking Valley's log. Start date. I fucked it up right from the rip. Welcome to ZFG Nation and Pew Pew Anonymous Season 1, Episode 1, The Beginning. And Clank is a ghost because he's half dead.
Yep, I'm a ghost.
We'll figure that out. But we're getting some stuff squared away. We appreciate everybody that came in to see what's going on right now. We got a couple of things that we are going to be discussing and talking to you guys about and with today. First, we'll do an introduction to our first little mini podcast. And hopefully everybody will enjoy it. With us today, we have Guido. And myself, Valley from ZFG Nation, and Clank from Adventures in Midgard and Pew Pew Anonymous. So, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, Guido.
So, I'm Guido Sinclair. I run the Pew Pew Anonymous RPG. I've been gaming for years, running games for years, and I started Pew Pew Anonymous as a veteran support group, and this is the result. We play Stars Without Numbers, the space game. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Space. The final frontier, right? All right.
Well, it's a frontier.
May not be the final, but it could be one. Then we have Clank. You're a member of PPA, and so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Been putting computers together since I can remember, and now I'm getting gray hair, so it's been about 30 years. I've been playing video games on computers about that long, so I mean everything from Test Drive 1 on up.
From Pong up.
I mean, pretty much. It was on a Hercules monitor, and if you don't know what that is, that's a 2-color with gold and black instead of the green and black. So it could actually shade out the gold a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, back in like Lotus 1, 2, 3.
I did.
Yeah. All right. I'm Valley. I'm also the president of ZFG Nation and a member of PPA as well. Got a couple of things that we want to be bringing to you guys towards the end of this year and the beginning of next year and stuff. But we wanted to try something else and new that we've talked about. But we figured we'd get a couple of things together, and a couple that just happened to be a situation that allowed us to get a couple of individuals together, so we figured we'd do some stuff. We did some streaming yesterday as a group for you guys, because Guido came down to Texas, so we picked him up and kidnapped him. So, and
You're going to pick my nose?
Alright, fucking. So we kind of like kidnapped him. We got him, and we're gonna make some fucking fun stuff. So yesterday we did some sushi. We streamed some sushi making. We streamed some biscuit meat cutting and stuff, and then we streamed almost 7 hours of Cards Against Humanity while drinking.
Boy, that's regrettable.
No, it was fun. It was fun. So, but regardless, so we got a couple of things that we think that we might be trying to do and getting some planning, and plus I'm learning how to do some better OBS and videoing stuff from Guido, who does all the editing for the Pew Pew Anonymous videos. Also runs his YouTube channel, Guido Sinclair. Clint runs a. It's almost like a Planned Parenthood. It's an unplanned parenthood. If you're not pregnant, he can help. So, give him a call. And if you don't want to get pregnant, he's got, what's that one rule you got? If you don't want to nut, take it in the butt. Some shit like that.
That's your rule, man.
Help stop unwanted pregnancies, have anal sex. So, we're going to go ahead and move forward with a couple of things that we got going on here. So, first topic of discussion that we would like to talk about on here is, because Guido is here, is the marketing and movement of the Pew Pew Anonymous thing, which we have Justin Raid 87, who plays Tavar. We have Echo 53 Romeo, who plays as Mr. Jack Cullen. We have, was it Attack 37?
Yeah, Attack 37.
Attack 37, who plays Brian Humphreys. You have myself as Valley, and you have Clank43 as Snake. Snake. So, and if you haven't seen him show up yet, it's because the episodes are recorded and then edited and then rendered and upstreamed to the channel.
I'm about 5 episodes behind on what we've recorded versus what's gone live. So I think episode 13 is currently the most recent, and we've recorded episode 18 or 19. So I'm a little behind.
Hole in my lip. But I mean, it takes time. There's a lot of things you put in for cutting the sound and all that other stuff together. So we're going to do a little bit of Pew Pew Anonymous brought the veterans together to play role-playing games as an escape from reality, because sometimes reality is too much stress on individuals, and they got to be able to do some things that allow them to release, not get so tensioned up, and they help prevent people from doing dumb shit in the real world. So as a release for those individuals, it helps me by being able to role play and to do things without having to be like, hey, I'm really going to go stab this guy in the fucking neck with a soldering iron. So it's been, and that's why video games and role playing allows that tension level and stress to come down on people, and they not allow them to escalate to a point where dumb shit fucking happens. So if we want to talk a little bit about the characters and stuff, so we listed the characters that we play, and all the individuals that are in it. If not, you can go to pewpewanonymous.com, which will take you to our Wix site, and you can see all the players in there and all the current issues that are live, or episodes that are live on Guido's channel. Guido, if you would, you tell us like the vision of Pew Pew Anonymous and the vision of the world there that you have.
Well, like I was saying, Pew Pew Anonymous, I'd like to develop into a bit more of a veteran support group outside of just our current members. Not to, well, yeah, I'm going to name drop. There are a couple of other veteran groups that I would like to get involved with. 8-Bit Salute and I can't remember the name of the other one. I just had it too. But, you get some other people involved that need the support and want to get involved with gaming as an escape. That said, Pew Pew Anonymous is an ingenious little play on words that my wife came up with. Operation Supply Drop. Yes, thank you, Justin. I'm not sure what Stack Up is. I'll have to look that up. But so the players, we're all military veterans, and that's kind of the niche that we're in. Hello, Jasmine.
Just making sure. Alright.
The universe of Pew Pew Anonymous is the future of the galaxy. About 1,000 years from, doesn't matter. In the future, humanity has expanded across the galaxy, across the universe, and there have been developments in humanity where there are now psychic individuals, and those psychics in the future were able to increase the development of technology, and they developed jump gates, warp corridors, basically, and they allowed for the expansion into distant galaxies that would not be accessible via just standard faster than light travel. And after the development of this technology, there was a catastrophe in the galaxy, in the universe, that basically wiped out all of the psychics or drove them mad. So the warp gates are no longer accessible, which reduces everyone to the standard faster than light travel. So the core worlds are no longer accessible to the frontier, and the frontier is no longer accessible to the core worlds, and civilization crashed. In the years, not preceding. What's the opposite of preceding? Jesus. Following. In the years following the catastrophe known as the Scream, what civilizations could develop have. Some civilizations have been reduced to barbarism and Stone Age technology. Some have thrived and become more self-sufficient than they could have when they were under the control of the core worlds. So that's the history of the universe. Our group
Merry band of men.
Protagonists.
Our protagonists, yes.
We're protagonists.
Antagonizing each other. They have met up, ended up irritating a mob boss and given a mission by the mob boss to complete, or the mob boss will have them killed. And also, the psychic has received a vision from an outside entity that has informed him of the collapse and the end of the universe from essentially what is the sequel to The Scream. So the group is on their way to complete the mission for the mob boss and hopefully do what they need to avert the next catastrophe. And that's Pew Pew Anonymous.
And you can see between episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, was it episode 6 that we finally got together?
I think it was 8.
Well, it might be all the way to episode 8. So we don't start out like normal and be like, all right, so you're in a bar, and they're in a bar, and you're in a party, and you're friends. No, they make us work together. So one of the things that we like to do is try to make sure that our characters will eventually mesh. So you can't do that in just one episode.
It was definitely an interesting choice that you guys made to not start as a group, to actually be introduced to each other and have to develop that bond as a group. And it's...
So we have groups inside groups.
Like I said, we're on episode 17, 18, 19, and they're still working at trying to be a group.
At 2-hour episodes apiece, so 40 hours of gameplay, and we have yet to become a well-oiled machine.
Don't even like each other.
Yeah.
And we've added an additional player into that, being Snake and stuff, due to needing another guy that could help us find ancient artifacts. So Tavar, being, not to lead too much into the characters and stuff, so Tavar is the psychic that received the information from the external source, or the third party, through a psychic link and connection. So obviously we know that Tavar's character is psychic. What all he can do, we don't know, but we know that his powers will grow as he levels and continues to play, as long as Mr. Brian Humphreys doesn't remove his arms and legs while he's unconscious. Then he becomes Brian Quad. It's a running joke, but
that'll make sense a few episodes from now.
Yeah, you'll see. But it did not happen. I was just trying to antagonize Justin to say something crazy in Twitch chat. So because Justin plays Tavar, and he's also the vice president of ZFG Nation and runs Justin Red 87 Twitch channel, and you can see him in the Discord channel and everything else, and you can check out his character there. Brian Humphreys is a warrior. Is he a warrior? Warrior medic with tech medic skills. So he was like a combat medic, but he doesn't like saving lives because it's not cost effective unless it's affecting his pocket. So there's a couple of things going on right there. Mr. Jack Cullen, played by Echo53 Romeo, who runs his own Twitch channel and stuff as well, has 9,007 projects going on, and any given time you can probably catch him, most likely catfishing from his killer boat that he's stream building. He plays a warrior who is a pilot who wants nothing more to do except for get an awesome ship and fly around and do crazy stuff in space battles. He is also currently our resident hacker in Pew Pew Anonymous, and you can find more information out from our website at pewpewanonymous.com. That's going to tell you about pewpewanonymous.com, the in-game mercenary company that we created. Now, that being stated, depending on how things go on the current planet that we're on, we could be adding a 5th member to the website, Clank43, Mr. Snake Plissken. So that takes us to those characters. Now you go into mine and Valley. Valley is a bounty hunter that did a couple of missions and stuff that tended to piss off Mr. Nikolai Kornikov in a way that gave him a shitty ass mission to get off of here. And he does have some. It will take you to that right there site. Thank you, Justin, for posting that. It will take us out of the way, and he does have a way of just fucking some shit up sometimes. So the same thing as Valley did in Adventures of Midgard. He runs his suck a lot, and fucking sometimes it works out in his favor. Sometimes it doesn't. I think I rely more on luck during my game playing than anything else, right?
You have rolled some goddamn lucky. Jesus.
I think Justin can admit to that as well, that I am probably the unluckiest player that you'll get. Bad shit is what I'll get into, and then I will walk away.
Unscathed.
Now, admittedly, this this last session that hasn't gone live yet, you should have been dead.
I should have been.
The only reason you're not is because I fucked up and had to hold myself to the standard of, well, that's what we did, so we're not going to retcon it.
I got lucky. I got lucky.
The player.
This motherfucker rolls 20 like it's fucking action comic book. Yeah, that's my super. If I had a superhero power, is to roll 20s in a time that I'm about to die. All right. Okay. So awesome. That takes us through the introduction of the characters, except for Snake's character. Snake, Clank is going to allow us to introduce your player. You're the player, so your character, and tell the world a little bit about that you want them to know, and that it's okay for the other characters to know the background of your actual character within Pew Pew World. Because soon they haven't seen you yet, so they don't know, but they know you're coming in here. It's like a spoiler.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. My character is intelligent scholar, and he's roaming the galaxy, I guess, as it were, teaching and also trying to learn about new technologies, old technologies, any technologies that are better than what we currently have. So he's running through and taking care of those kind of things, and the planet that we landed on, well, I guess you'll just have to see what about that. But I met up with the guys in a really weird situation.
In the event, if you ever fucking realize, and you do have people in there that come and go and everything else, you will see that there is an action of consolidating bodies. Well, we tend to find out who consolidates the bodies. I mean, everybody's got to have a CCP, right?
Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the Mr. Snake?
No.
He's a scholar. He's smart and carries a big ass gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speak softly, carry a mag rifle.
Yep. All right. I think that's enough. Do you have anything you want to add for Pew Pew?
No, that pretty much covers it. I'm happy with that.
All right, awesome. So now we're going to move into the next little segment of things that we like to talk about during this episode, which would be games we are currently playing. I know Justin currently plays a lot of different games and stuff, and he's doing 20-something days of horror games on his channel and stuff, and we have Wicked Wednesdays where he plays horror games on ZFG Nation's channel as well. So we have that going on. But current games that I myself and Guido have played pretty habitually. It definitely some Secret World Legends, and more Secret World Legends. Actually, it's not, probably not as many hours as you think a day that we actually pump into it. Once you figure out there's a method. Every game has a method, a technique, and everything else to do it. So Justin's had played Secret World Legends, Guido, myself, Clank, Icy, Suna, Eye of the Night, who else?
Zombie.
And Zombie. Have all played Secret World Legends and stuff and everything else. Currently,
some people like it more than others.
Some people like it more than others. I like MMOs. I like being able to play a game where I have a character and I can do things and skills and advance and survive and do things. Currently, myself and Guido are in the ZFG Cabal, and we are the only 50s right now.
Yep.
Okay. Suna's close to 50. Icy's low, under 30. Clank is under 30. Justin is, I forget what level your character was. I think it's 29 or 30. Did you make 30?
I think I made 30.
Zombie's close to 40.
I think she's 42.
42. So we got a bunch of different level characters and stuff. And the game doesn't end at level 50. There's still way more shit to do. And way more shit to kill you. So it is something that we do enjoy playing and stuff that we're on there, and you'll probably see some more of that. Clank, on the other hand, has been, doing that PUBG thing, and Justin was on the PUBG thing for a long time. We've got a lot of people that do PUBG as well. I'm not too much in with the PUBG things. I can only handle like 3 games of PUBG at a time before I'm like, fucking rage, I'm done. So if you want to talk about PUBG and some things that you got going on over there and what you like about it.
What I like about it is it's definitely a beta, so you're going to run into speed hacking and hackers in general, and you are going to want to throw shit at your game.
Wait, that's what you like about it?
No, that's not what I like about it, but I'm just giving fair warning to anybody who hasn't played it.
Okay.
But once you get into it, there is a strategy to it. There is how you play. My personal level is being a sneaky snake and crawling through the grass in the final circle. Some people just like to run and gun the whole time, but I like to sneak and peek and pop. So it's up to individual play types. From there, you go to do you want to be in a firefight right as soon as you land, or do you want to get some good loot before you go try to shoot somebody? So there's a whole bunch of different strategies that go into it. And then again, you can still get fucked by that guy that's hacking. So what's really fun about it, though, is the multiplayer aspect. You can play as duos, you can play as a squad. We've played on Discord here several times. And I've played with some top 200 or 300 players that are just amazing to watch play. And I pretty much find good shit and hand it to them. So, I mean, a win's a win, right?
Yeah,
a chicken dinner is a chicken dinner in that game. One alibi for that game, though. Just know it. There was an issue with the individual that got banned for murking a teammate.
Yeah,
on Twitch and stream, and some people got butthurt about it and said if you break the rules and you murk teammates, they're going to ban you.
There's no more friendly fire. There's a big list of rules that they put in.
Yeah. So there is no more friendly fire.
Well, there's no more. If you friendly fire someone and they report you, you can't.
Okay, because I murked the guys on our team like fucking 10 times in a row, and I haven't got banned yet. I'm just saying they're fucking, for fucking PUBG.
It wasn't actually in the rules.
But I am not actually a fucking very good player.
I'm not a great player.
I'm better at murking teammates than I am other people.
Well, and that's one of the tricks is there's a whole lot of, you got to play bullet drop, you got to zero your scopes. I mean, you got to check the map coordinates to get the distance on your shots right. So there's a whole bunch of things that go into it that, I like it. But, I could see why people would get frustrated rapidly with it because there are times where, you landed, died, go right back and start over again.
Yeah. But there is a game that we've all played and we all have that we'd like to possibly take a relook at and play. And I know you've achieved 100% in this game. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah, that only took me a couple of days to finish 100%.
Yeah,
I love that game.
You dumped like
powered through that game.
Yeah. Before fucking like the rest of us are like what, and you're like I'm already at the end guy, fucking done. So, but on the 10th of October, I do believe is when they released the PvP version for Ghost Recon Wildlands. We did the closed beta and open beta. I didn't really play it on that. I did appreciate the game on the thing. They only had small portions of it open. But for those people that do like FPS, it is team-based. What's that, Mr. Guido?
I was hoping to get involved in the open beta. Like you said, we both played the closed. Well, we all played the closed.
We all
beta,
played the
yeah.
closed.
But I just didn't have time to get into the open beta. So I don't know what changes they made. But
Hopefully they added a few more maps and
yeah.
They did. They
got
only
rid of some of the bugs.
in the closed beta they only released like 4 or 5 characters each side, and the only 4 maps. So
Maybe, and I think one of the bugs I would like to see them fix is the unlimited reviving. I mean, I know in PUBG, when you can get revived pretty much unlimited, but you die very quickly. So if somebody's not right next to you, the second or third time you go down, if somebody's not right next to you, you're dead. You know.
So
I don't like unlimited reviving because that kind of takes away, like, okay, this guy got shot 48
well,
times.
I know they have reviving in Wildlands,
Yeah.
but I thought it was once you got to a certain point, it didn't allow you to revive, didn't it? Or was it just
I
you
thought it was
maintain?
unlimited reviving.
I think it is or was unlimited revivals, but the more times you got shot, or if you got shot quickly and went down again, that timer that is allowed is it speeds up.
Definitely.
So I think that's how they were running it.
Because in the actual game, once you make combat during the actual game where you're going through it, if you made combat 2 or 3 times during one thing and went down and died, then it would reset you as if you died. It gave you only a certain amount of times as chances to go down before you can be revived. So, but I mean, it does have some good aspects and stuff. We will be checking that out hopefully next week or this coming week, and maybe getting some stream time in with the PvP on there.
For sure.
But
I did like their built-in audio with it too.
Yeah, they do have built-in audio.
Oh, for VoIP?
With the
Yeah.
PvP for VoIP to talk to each other and stuff as well. So it does save you from having to run other things at the same time.
Yep. And it's actually pretty high quality.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of push to talk though. I know a lot of players are. It's just too many buttons for me to push.
Oh, I don't push to talk.
I can't do it. That'd probably be preferred technique. I understand if you're streaming with other people, push to talk is probably the best thing to do while doing stuff. I don't have time to remember that because I suck as a fucking player.
I always have my headset on, so I don't have to worry about it.
It is what it is. One thing that they do want to say that Justin Red is back with his PC and stuff now. He did take a hiatus due to unforeseen circumstances, but he is back and he did a shit ton of Destiny. I'm sure we can probably get a Destiny review for the PvP and stuff from him.
We do need to
if
get a
it's
Destiny
okay.
2 Xbox group going on.
There is a Destiny 2 Xbox group that Justin and Zombie are with.
Nice.
They do. It's on Xbox. Y'all got it. Y'all getting it on PC as well? I have no idea.
I have it on Xbox.
You have it Destiny 2 on Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Well,
I mean, we
that'll
might
be
need
going. Guido does not have an Xbox.
Well,
So-
I have a 360, but that doesn't help.
Oh, it is cross-platform. So you have it. You have a 360. I don't know if we can play the
No.
360 across.
No.
So it is cross-platform. So if you buy it on Xbox, you can play it on PC. Is that confirmed?
No, there's no way. I thought that was only Windows games.
Some Windows games, some. Well, if it's a Microsoft release, if they released it, then
I thought Bungie released it. It might be Microsoft.
clan rewards are cross-platform. Okay,
Gotcha.
you can't play with each other. All right. Well, then that's definitely something we'll talk about getting something together, Justin. Another
Might have
one.
a
We
free
were trying to
one.
do this little
I might have
podcast
a free
thing
one
as a
next.
surprise for you guys.
Because I'm getting the X soon.
Oh, We're gonna talk about that here in a second. We were trying to do this little
Good segue.
podcast as a surprise to release to you guys and everything else, but they somebody let the cat out the bag. So that's all we're gonna say about that one. So we wanted to surprise all you guys with the thing, and then let you know that we were all together and locally and hanging out and
Cooking food and drinking
cooking
beer.
food, drinking beer, drinking Red Bull and vodka,
Yeah.
and what did you drink the other day?
Everything.
Everything. So we did learn. Guido has taught me more stuff. Yeah, whistles innocently. I bet. I did learn in visiting him what the difference is of people that have gluten allergies, and the fact that some of the most dumbest shit that you don't think have gluten in it actually has gluten in it.
Soy sauce.
Fucking soy sauce. Why the fuck does it got gluten in it? Wheat. I don't know. But we definitely figured that out. So at Clank, check your Discord when you get the chance.
I will.
So he'll check it after this. We got because we're all in the same room, we're all doing the thing, and we all have green screen running right now with the background and everything else. We're trying not to fuck it up because it's our first little thing, so we're not going to be switching. He'll check it after the.
If I
podcast
touch my
is done.
laptop, I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck up the camera.
Yeah, because we got there's some we're doing some gangster shit right now.
We'll have to take a picture of the rig.
Yeah. We'll take a picture and we'll post it in Discord of all the shit that's going on and everything else. All right, so moved on with a couple of games we're playing. We will decide what we're doing next time and what's coming out. We'll think about what we're gonna do for episode 2. This is a pilot. This is just a test to see how it goes for reaction from you guys and to see how everything goes and whether or not you actually like it. And if it is and everything else, then we'll determine if the ratings are well, if we will go ahead and move on with further episodes and or moving up with a Cornhole Nation sub. Good luck with that, man.
And if you want the nation to cornhole you, that's on you.
Yeah, because apparently, if you want to get cornholed by the nation, that's it's going to be more than 0 fucks that you may receive. So basically, what we want to talk about now is gaming in groups versus gaming in solo. We do have a lot of things that go on with individuals and stuff that play a lot of solo games and a lot of group gaming and what is preferred and who likes what. So I preferably, for my stance, I like fucking survival games and games where you got to do stuff, manipulate, grow your character, survive, and expand. So basically like role-playing games and things like that. Or what do they call it? MMOs?
Yeah.
So something that you've got to do with that. I'm not a very good first-person shooter guy. I'm not a very good MMO guy, leveling guy. I can figure out fucking tips and techniques because somebody else has already done it, and I can fucking review some shit. But, you know, I am not Gucci on fucking doing things and being number one at stuff unless it is in Far Cry 4 and I have the M79. If it is in Far Cry 4 and I have the M79, I am...
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, you can kiss your ass goodbye. I can fucking, while riding in a vehicle, fucking going sideways, flipping and shit, I can fucking tiger skin a motherfucker out, dude. Quick. It's the only weapon I'm good at because it has a kill radius of big. So I can hit some shit. And if you need tiger skins, fucking Justin's got a video for that for you. So I prefer to play with people online. And it's not like I want to do a pub group, which is a pickup group and everything else. So who's on the right? My right, your left? So we have Clank.
Yep.
Right? This is Clank 43 who played Vandal in Adventures in Midgard and stuff, who also plays Snake in Pew Pew Anonymous. And then over here we have Mr. Guido St. Clair who runs Pew Pew Anonymous and Guido St. Clair webpage. Yeah, there he goes. So, you know, all members, past and current members of fucking ZFG Nation, we'll talk about some shit. You know the Bearded Beast, but the other guy with no beard is Clank. If you paid attention and you followed Adventures in Midgard, you would know that he played Vandal, who was the warrior that fucking smashed people's faces in. And don't question his honor. Okay,
Please don't.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. So in playing games, I like to play with multiple people. But I don't like to play with fucking randoms or randos. You know, if it's somebody that I know or somebody that's a member of the nation or anything else, we like to play together with those individuals because that makes more fun, the camaraderie and everything else. I'm not a random guy. We'll go with Clank first and see what, because we've been going with Guido first. We'll go with Clank first and see how he feels about solo versus group play.
I mean, honestly, for me, because of the kind of games I like to play, some of the games I like to play Fallout 4. I really like Skyrim. I'll play Skyrim and play with a different character and beat it again, I'm sure. So obviously you got to play by yourself, but you know, you talk to people in the Discord chat, that kind of thing, while I'm playing. I do prefer gaming as a group because I'm not the best at everything, but you know, a lot of times I'll figure out a group dynamic that works for me, which is, you know, this guy's better than me at sniping, so if I find a sniper rifle, I'm tossing it to him. He likes me better with the AR, you know, he'll throw me an assault rifle, and, you know, we work out well together, and especially groups with team objectives, you know, being ex-military, I like having a team objective, and I like having players that are more about, let's get a team win, as opposed to I'm out here to get a bunch of kills. Well, that Rambo shit, you know what happens to Rambo in real life. And cemeteries are filled with heroes. So
I just know in Wildlands, I like you with the saw.
yeah, man, I'm a savage with that thing.
Yeah.
I'm a light machine gunner, and I mean, I do have that 1,300 meter kill, but I also love that saw.
Everybody sitting here right now is ex-Army.
Yep.
So,
Poor us.
Guido, how do you feel about solo versus group?
It really depends on what game I'm playing. If it's a stealth game, I generally prefer to play alone because I don't want other people fucking up what I'm trying to be stealthy with.
Yep. Yep.
Other than that, I mean, MMOs, they're built to be played with other people.
Yep.
And first-person shooters, I'm kind of in the same boat you are. I suck at virtual shooting. So having other people to play with to either back up or have my back is much preferred. So, I mean, like I said, it depends on what I'm playing. I think overall, though, I would prefer to play games with other people because I like having that social, just, you know, naturally talking to other people. It's
even if it's not couch co-op like it used to be with Nintendo, where you could play with your friend.
Where you and your buddy can play at the same time while running around on the same screen.
Your brother or whatever.
Or Black Ops 2 days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
but I like those. I mean, I like playing with my buddy.
And I really do. And I'll play first person shooter. I mean, I played PUBG with Justin Red 87. He tends to be a more competitive style player than I am. I'm the guy that's be like, all right, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down, I'm moving, fucking going over here. Like, I like to have a good time and be more entertaining than it is like, I'm going to get this motherfucker right here. So it just depends on your play style and everything else. I mostly play games not to be competitive, but to be like in the moment, have a good time and fun and exciting and stuff. So I guess the consensus is as far as if you are playing in a group, do you prefer pugs, which are pickup groups with randos, or do you prefer playing with known party members?
I mean, I like to do a little bit of both because at some point, you know, you're always going to play with somebody you don't know at some point. And sometimes you find a player that's really good that you mesh with that's good. And, you know, I'm not saying I like to go play it all the time in Publix, but, you know, I've definitely met several players in Publix that I now play with on a daily basis in pub, for sure, that have the like mindset, which is, we're going to be sneaky snakes about this shit. I ain't going in blasting. But if I see somebody, they're getting suppressed ump in the back of the head.
But the dynamic that you get from the meshing of those, once you build a camaraderie or
Exactly.
With each other, you understand how each other plays.
For sure.
Like Guido's character in Secret World Legends and mine complement each other very well. But we play together all the time. Otherwise, we may not complement each other if we never played together. But because how we play and stuff and our play style with that, we were able to work together and each diversify into the roles and stuff. So, solo gaming is fun. So is a multiplayer and stuff. You wouldn't have met those individuals that you play with now if you didn't do pickup groups. I just
like I said, I don't do it all the time, but every now and then
yeah.
I'll go into the wild and see if I come back with somebody real or if I just get buddy fucked and they all go to a different spot.
One of the issues I have with pickup groups is the shit talking. I mean, I talk a lot of shit, but some of these people, I'm like, really? I don't want to come beat up a 14-year-old kid right now, okay? But
Yeah.
it's the thing of the internet and social media. Anybody can say and do whatever the fuck they want. You have friends from the gaming I've known for over 15 years, and you probably play with them. We got friends. I was late coming into the gaming stuff because I fucking did outside shit when I was little. But we moved on. So, one of the things we got right now, one of the big debates that we've seen and everyone likes to discuss is PC versus consoles. So, everybody's going to say, what about PCs?
Unlimitedly upgradable. They obviously have, 2 or 3 generations newer hardware, and they also are going to have, solid state drives and that kind of thing that you can even boost the potential for the PC even more. Versus a console is not going to have. It's going to have older software, but it's going to be standardized, so you're going to have less bugs when you try to play the game, especially at higher levels. So
With bugs being stated, though, every fucking game's got bugs. There's not a game out there that is not.
Don't get me started on early access or beta testing or get fucked.
Yeah, but
Pay money to get fucked.
yeah. But they will say it's Master Race. Obviously, if I don't like this piece or if it's too slow, that I can just pull it out and put something better, faster, stronger in there. You're obviously going to be better. Plus, there's a lot other games that are out there that are available on PC and everything else. So you can build up the shit, and the faster, better internet you have, the faster computer processing, GPU, RAM, I/O speed for drives and stuff, and just everything will make gameplay faster.
And honestly,
smoother.
I'm kind of a first person on a console and a RPG kind of on the PC because I got more keys. But on the console, I like the controller because I feel like I have faster reactions.
So there is what people like on different versions, and that's it right there. How do you feel, Guido?
So, the problem with PCs is you're always going to have more bugs and driver issues because there's no way that a developer can plan for all configurations of all machines. Whereas with a console, you are more likely to be able to just plug and play. You put in the disc or you download the game and it runs. No issues. Generally.
Unless your spinning drive fails, which happened to my PlayStation 4.
Well, okay. But
That's another. Sorry. I just wanted to put that out there.
Hardware failures do happen. I mean, my original 360, I had to send back and get a replacement because it had that red ring of death.
I never bought an Xbox 360 because of all the failures
Well,
it had in the first few years.
So, I mean, failures do happen, but generally, you are more likely to be able to, like I said, plug and play and not have to worry about any kind of issues. Whereas PCs, being more modular and more modifiable, are going to run the games better at higher resolutions and higher quality, and you're generally going to get a better experience. And one thing above everything else that I like about PCs is I'm going to use Fallout and Skyrim as examples. There are fuckloads of mods.
Oh yeah.
Whereas for consoles, you don't have those options.
So there's a lot of
They
things.
do now, but it's not
Well,
as many.
It's not as many, yeah.
They finally
So-
caught up into the modding.
So,
But yeah. Anyway.
Jedi says, I've never came across a PC game that had enough bugs to make it a game stopper for you. With that being stated, have you ever played No Man's Sky?
Oh,
That's-
I'm just going to leave it at that. It was an issue in the beginning. There were some things that had to come out and everything else. I fucking went there. Yeah, that which shall not be named. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Fucking whatever your name is, I'll fucking say it. I was not pleased with the initial outcome of paying for this game and what was promised versus what was delivered.
Well,
and then with the issues that it had, fucking saying, fuck this, I'm done.
Let's be real honest, though. It had bugs even on the console version. Like, I got it on PlayStation 4, and it was straight trash. It would hang up every couple of hours.
Yeah. So, I mean, any game, new release, or anything else, even if it's old, there's Sean Dickface come sucking Murray. Hey,
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, tell me how you really feel. Come bring it in. But regardless of the fact, games on console, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or anything else, there's gonna be always be an issue. It's always gonna be an issue of fucking not only what type of hardware you're running, what other shit you have running in the background. What is the recommended settings versus what is the minimum settings for, obviously on PC stuff, versus everything else you're doing, and then trying to add the added workload for streaming and everything else. So there's a bunch of issues that can cause bugs and issues when you're doing things. Nothing's perfect. That's why game developers, work on their teams and they have forums and everything else in order to fix the stuff. And as long as game developers are listening to the individuals in the crowd of people that play their game and that are active at playing their game, and they have legitimate concerns and stuff that are, that they think would be better to assist the game, and they listen to it, I believe that, working together as gamers and game developers will make a better game in the end. You're never going to eliminate all the bugs. Never. I mean, fuck, I look at Destiny 1. Every time it came out with a new
Expansion,
DLC or expansion or whatever, there was always bugs. I'm guilty. I fucking cheesed the fuck out of Crota. Okay? We had a whole team of shit and everything else. Justin was in on it too.
Oh,
we had that shit down to an art.
Remember the legendary treasure cave in the beginning too, where you could just sit there and shoot the cave and it would pop legendary.
I didn't find that glitch. They must have.
You could sit there for like a couple of hours and get so many of those legendary.
I wish I would have fucking known that shit like I know now. The loot cave. I didn't know about the loot cave.
Cave.
So, I mean, there's always glitches and stuff, and there's always... But the problem is you're always going to have gamers and people out there that do nothing but look for these things, okay? So, listen to your people. Watch the streamers. See what's going on and everything else. Be attentive to those individuals that not only play the game for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a couple of hours, maybe 100 or so hours, versus someone that played for thousands of hours. Like, I may play 7 Days to Die and have fucking 600 hours in fucking 7 Days to Die, and this individual's played the game for 100 hours and shit. Who's earned the right to fucking say something about the game better? This was one of the issues that I had, and I will fucking straight say it. Fucking these people earned it. Well, if I prepay for an early access and I am promised something within paying for that, I think my monetary value has earned it, regardless if I've played 500 hours or 100 hours. Because if I played 100 hours, then you break that down for the monetary value, then each hour is only equivalent to XYZ cents. But if I play fucking 500 hours, then each fucking hour is equivalent to a smaller amount of fucking money. So if when you start saying who earns something or not, if you pay for something,
but we're devoted.
Then it's on there. And if there's a thing, now I don't want to go too far on there and stuff, but needless to say, if you pay for something and it is promised within the thing and everything else, the articulation of words that are put out towards people and stuff and everything else needs to be attentive. You need to check with your PR director before you fucking start releasing some shit. Alright, so except for SOE, who fucking wrecked Star Wars Galaxies because they made too many changes in the crybabies in the community, in the end of the damn game wasn't even close to the game I paid for. Star Wars.
Which one was the
SOE?
Shadows of the Empire.
Huh?
Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, I remember that.
Some Sony shit entertainment.
Yeah.
Shadows of Empire.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I mean, there's Sony Online Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Actually, was that from a Sony Online Entertainment? See, a lot of these things we don't know, and shit changes, and it all depends on fucking what the game developer decides he wants to do with that. But in talking about PCs and games, we got on a tangent and went on a little bit off course and stuff. But we do have the release of a new console that is coming up, the Xbox One X, right?
Yep.
I have a 1S. Justin has a 1S. Clank's got a 1S. Guido has a 360. Somebody needs to go to his Twitch page and donate him some money so he can get up in the fucking 21st century and shit and get him a fucking 1X at least. Okay? Or 1S. I'm sorry. 1S at least. Or 1X. It don't matter. Or somebody can mail that shit. Jedi Man, you need to fucking move up too. You need to get an X. Why? Because it fucking does that 4K.
I got one pre-ordered.
Huh?
I got one.
You got one pre-ordered?
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the 1X.
4K gaming, man.
4K gaming. What is this? This is a podcast or a talk show that we are talking about a couple of things that we have briefed out on a thing and outlined, and it is season 1, episode 1, the beginning of our fucking podcast.
I bought a really pretty TV and I want to play some 4K games on it.
Let me talk about your really pretty TV. It's like a 1/4 inch thick, bro.
It's a really pretty TV.
Yes. The bitch is black. So you need a 4K TV to work that shit, and you don't have it yet. I mean, you got to work on it. You got to work. 4K TV does help, and I will say that is a drastic difference between 4K, between 1080p and 4K, and then from 4K to the shit that he's got.
It's 4K OLED.
What is it?
OLED.
OLED.
Yeah.
Like it's black as black. Like I know black, but that shit is black. We're just gonna leave it at that. Guido laughing. So, but it is coming out. When is the release? November
7th, I think.
November 7th. Again, it's coming out. New release. It will be out in time for fucking Christmas. So Jedi Man, get you fucking 4K TV. Get you one of these things. Yeah, it's black. Yeah, it's a different black from watching it on a regular TV versus watching on an OLED TV.
It's like watching TV on your phone, except for your phone is 65 inches.
It's big, it's black, it's beautiful. That's what she said, right? All right. So we are moving up. We're trying to do some more things and stuff going on. As Justin said, with Fine and Dandy, we're coming up. New projects and stuff are coming up. One of them is the pilot test for podcast. We'll have different people that come in here and sit with us to do something. We will have an outlined thing that we talk about, and we'll try to stay on tangent. Right now, we got a couple of things out there talking about the difference between AMD, Intel is one of the things that we had, that was brought up with coming up with a new PC and stuff that is going on. AMD's got a lot of new things that are coming out. Intel's releasing their version 8.
Yeah, they're on Series 8 of the i-Series.
Yeah, so Clint's got a little bit of information about the new AMDs that he's done some research on and looked at.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the AMD versus Intel. It used to be just get an Intel, fuck AMD, but and it had been that way for 6-7 years. If you wanted something on the cheap, you got an AMD, but you're gonna have to replace it in 2 or 3 years because they run hotter and they burn out. With the new Ryzen series, they've really come a long way towards bridging what would be considered.
it is getting hot in here.
It was a 25-30% gap, I would say, between the high-end Intels versus the high-end AMDs, especially in gaming. So you lose those frames per second. You lose a lot of the PCI Express lanes, and there are a few other architecture issues with the old AMDs. The new stuff is much better. It's maybe 8% off for gaming, but on workstation stuff. So if you're doing 3 or 4 or 5 things at once and they're processor heavy, intensive, definitely go look at an AMD. Now, as I remember, AMD doesn't actually ship with built-in cooling anymore. So you have to kind of go buy your own stuff. But again, I do that anyway, so.
Generally, the included fans are pretty much crap anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I never.
Jedi Man states that he has been an AMD guy for a long time due to the price point. AMD will set a price point that is cheaper than Intel.
Yeah,
That is definite. But he's never lost the processor, and he's usually only do like a big upgrade on his rig every 3 to 5 years for motherboard, CPU, RAM, video cards, and stuff like that.
3 to 5 years. I mean, you can have
Yeah.
Intel's running 8-10 years.
Yeah. So.
But a 3 to 5 year replacement cycle is pretty
From
short.
2000 to 2006, I was a big AMD guy.
Oh no, AMD kicked the shit out of Intel, especially with they were the first one to drop the 64-bit. That's why they're called AMD 64 architecture. And I mean, they were the first one to drop multi-core 64-bit. And they had a lead for a little bit, and then for whatever reason, I guess Intel just came through and just wiped the floor with them for a while.
Yeah. Justin says, First Jedi says, I'm thinking about switching to Intel for my next gaming rig. Justin says a lot of the stuff that he does is the option to use GPU encoding or the GPU rendering, so he's not worried about AMD's extra cores or hyper-threading, so Intel processor works fine. He goes, how is a 3 to 5 year replacement short when new tech comes out every 3 to 6 months? If you try to get the newest technology when it comes out, you will really be buying shit every 3 months.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
the only thing I can say, unless you're Bill Gates, you're going to be one broke motherfucker.
No, and I mean, I understand replace it every 3 to 5 years, but I mean, a lot of people have stuff that's way older than 5 years. I mean, people are still running 6 series NVIDIAs and, even 5 series NVIDIAs. So,
Yeah. But
those are more than 5 years old at this point. But,
I mean, I got mine. I built my machine back in 2014, and it's got the 6-core AMD, and I haven't had any problems yet. Not saying it won't fail in the next week, but
overclocking, gaming, going to the high end of stuff, that's when the AMDs fail, and that's when the Intels tend to run a little better. But,
yeah, and
but
replacing
it's all
your
in how you do it.
yeah.
Jedi Man says he replaces his stuff that way he can just play the newest games. Really, there's no other reason for it failing, and that's the problem. As technology advances, games advances, they require faster, heavier services and speeds and things. So in order to play the newest stuff, you're gonna have to upgrade. It's just the nature of the beast. And there's the same thing with your computer as in the same thing with your car or your chainsaw or your lawnmower, your riding
game
mower,
console,
or your game console.
How many fucking Xbox
got
games have I bought?
You've got to take care of your shit. So the same way you would change the oil in your cars, the same way you would tune up your cars, the same way you would tune up your computer.
Absolutely.
It's those military people with preventive maintenance checks and services, PMCS your car, you PMCS your chainsaw, your mowers, your tools. You do the same thing with your electronics to make sure they're good to go.
And always remember, heat is the enemy, and don't smoke anything, cigarettes or other stuff near your computer, because that actually will stick to the board and create a layer on the board, and that keeps it from cooling down properly.
What about vaping?
I don't know. Vaping is glycol, right? So it evaporates.
Yeah, so I was just being funny. So don't smoke crack, marijuana,
or meth,
hashish, meth, or any of that other shit around your computer.
It'll destroy it.
Drip said Vape Nation. I vape for the nicotine. That's my biggest thing. I don't do tricks. I don't do none of that stuff. All right. So now we talked about that. We got bringing the podcast down to the end. We wanted to try to keep it around an hour. We are pretty close to we're over an hour now. But we do have any alibis or bullshitting and stuff that's going on. Guido, any alibis, bullshitting, fucking things you want everybody to know?
Not off the top of my head. You'll have to come back to me because I'm still thinking about that one.
Okay. Fucking Rick and Morty. That's how we say hello.
Yeah, that's the international sign of peace.
International sign, intergalactic.
Fuck
sign.
you! What? What'd you say to me?
I thought you said it means sign of peace. Any alibis, bullshitting, or anything else?
I mean, my alibi is you, dude. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So, hey, he was here yesterday. Fucking, you saw him on stream. I mean, with the video editing that we're learning to do and stuff right here, you don't really know if he's actually really present now or if this was pre-recorded.
Am I?
I mean, we could have pre-recorded that though.
Yeah, we could have.
So, all right. So alibis on the left, alibis on the right, alibis anywhere. We're all trying to get alibis and stuff. No, basically it's a closeout. If there's any questions, bullshitting, anybody got anything they want to say, mention, or anything else, how do you guys feel about the quick? Well, it's not really quick. It was just a podcast episode. The beginning, fucking version 1, fucking episode 1, season 1. We might do a couple of more. They won't be all of us together. But we can still do the same thing that we're doing now. We set it up for that way we can add. We'll try to keep our cast to 3 to 4 people. Does that sound good, Guido?
Yeah.
As far so we can talk about things and we'll develop one. Right now we're thinking. I'm thinking maybe once a month. That way we don't intrude. We can come up with what we're going to do up. We rehearse and get everything ready and everything else. How do you guys feel about that? Or do you want to see us and talk to us fucking like every day? No, I don't have time every day.
I don't have that kind of time.
All right.
We're friends, but we ain't friends like that, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more dependent on the audience.
Do people want to see my ugly mug? Probably not.
Do people want to see it?
Probably not.
I'd say plan for once a month, and if people want more, we can go, take a look.
I should wear a paper bag over my head.
All right.
Call myself Ugly Bob.
Still counts. Still counts. All right. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I wish we could. We did have a couple other things we're gonna go. Clank is gonna have to at least get a fake beard to fit in.
I don't like fitting in. Fuck y'all.
Clank doesn't fit in anywhere with anybody. Okay. And probably the only reason why we are actually friends is not because we fit in. It's because of tolerance.
We don't have much.
And I like to keep frost giants around. And apparently I am the Oompa Loompa of this group.
Are you going to sing us a song to close it out?
No, I'm not.
That's a rip
but if there's nothing else, then we got a closing for the day. Anybody? Guido?
Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad we could get together and do this. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Drinks all around.
So peace and hair grease. And
Let's
there's
go
your
check the
hat.
brisket, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
We got brisket out there. We'll fucking get y'all some pictures and stuff up there. Oompa Loompa
12-pound
Loopity
brisket.
Doo. Yeah, fucking awesome. We will go ahead and see you guys later. We gotta go put some fucking smoked chips on this brisket and stuff and everything else. We may stream some of that later on for you guys of pulling it out of the smoker.
No, we need to take a picture of our rig
and get all that stuff going. So thank you guys for tuning in, checking us out, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you all guys later, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed the surprise that we got, where we were trying to get everybody up together and for a little podcast and get some stuff done. If you don't like it, fuck you. If you do like it, fuck it. Hit us up in the fucking thing, and you'll slap a motherfucker for some brisket. Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're cool. Fuck you. You're cool. I'm out. All right. Thanks, guys.